is, guys, and welcome back to Dark Souls 2. In the last video, we fought and defeated the old Dragon Slayer boss after farming for some souls in the Tower of Flame. Alright, so we've amassed quite a few souls. We have almost 70,000, and I actually have a few soul items that we can use. That'll put us just above 70,000 souls. Alright, so we have just above 70,000. I'm going to go ahead and level up my character and show you guys what I'm going to level up. I want to use some magic. So that staff we picked up 2 episodes back, the Archdrake staff, requires 18 intelligence and 15 faith in order to wield it. So that's going to be our first order of business, so that we can actually use all the stuff. Alright, so once we've done that, I'm actually going to invest, let's see here. I'm actually going to invest a couple points into Vitality, so that we can wear our armor more properly. Because I hate fat rolling, so we're going to have to increase our Vitality as soon as possible. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and get 18 intelligence and 15 strength, so that we can wield Archdrake staff and wear our armor a little bit better. If not, we're going to have to take it off, because I really hate fat rolling. There goes our 70,000 souls. Oh my god. It takes so long to get them, but yet you can spend those souls in an instant. Okay. So now that we have the right stats in order to wield our Archdrake staff, let's go ahead and equip that immediately. Again, the Archdrake staff is like one of the best staves in the game. It's nowhere near like one of the best staves in the game, but it's very good. It has really good stats, but there are definitely way better staves out there than that. It does scale with B with magic though, so let's go ahead and equip that into our second right weapon slot. Now take note that later on in the game we're going to need to have the staff in the left hand so that we can buff up our weapons. But since we don't really, matter of fact, I'm just going to go ahead and put it in. Actually, no, I'm going to keep it in the right hand so that we can use our shield with the magic if we need. The only bad thing about having the staff in your left hand so that you can buff up your weapons is that you don't have a shield out while you're trying to cast magic, which is really which leaves you vulnerable a lot. So there's a plus to having the staff in your right hand so that you can actually have a shield in your left hand so you can block while casting magic. Part of that is you will not be able to buff up your weapon with magic, say like dark weapon or something like that, where you use a spell on your right-handed weapon. If you have the staff in your left hand, you can pull out the staff and then have your physical weapon in the right hand, like a sword, and you use your staff to cast a spell on your sword, like dark weapons, that your weapon does more damage in your right hand. But you will not be able to use your shield, so take note on that. But for now, let's just put it in our right hand, because we only have one spell slot anyways, and we're using Great Soul Arrow. Alright, so now that we have done that, let's go ahead and take a look at our equip load. Take some of this stuff off. Too heavy. go back to the leather armor, unfortunately. On the plus side, though, we can equip a pretty good helm for some defense and still be under 70%, allowing us to fat roll. And we can still have the drag link leggings on, allowing us to fat roll. So it's not too bad. Alright, so now that we got our characters set up pretty decent, we can actually, I don't know how many Titanite shards I have. I probably don't have a lot. Oh, I actually have 7. Very nice. So we can go ahead and reinforce that staff immediately. By the way, you should have quite a few Titanite shards because we have been finding them left and right, and we also bought a few earlier on. So I have our fire longsword up to +3. Now we can upgrade our staff. Let's see, where's it at? Ah, here it is. The Archdrake staff. It upgrades with Titanite shards. So upgrading this will increase your magic damage. It also increases a slight boost. It gives a slight boost to dark damage. So let's go ahead and upgrade this Archdrake staff a little bit. Get it up to +3. And that's about all we can do for now because everything starts using large Titanite shards after +3. And we don't have our hands on those yet. So that actually boosted our staff from 90 to 123, which is pretty good. +73 brings it up to a total of 196. Alright, so now that we've done that, let's go ahead and start making our way to the next area. So we're going to be heading to No Man's Wharf next.
Wharf, you're going to have to head back to Heade's Tower of Flame.
And go ahead and fast travel back to the Tower of Flame bonfire. Sorry about that, I had to go get a drink. Alright, so we're going to be heading to No Man's Wharf from the Heade's Tower of Flame bonfire.
Go ahead and proceed
forward into the next area. Also take note that we did free up and we are below 70% because if you remember, I explained how the equip load works. As long as you're under 70%, you can fast roll. You can fast roll. Anything above 70% equip load will make you fat roll. So as you can see, we can fast roll. It's going to be a whole lot easier to dodge some attacks now. Let's see, I thought there was an illusionary wall here somewhere. I guess not. Nope. Alright, so let's go ahead and head down the spiral staircase. Once at the bottom, check behind the spiral staircase for a corpse that you can loot for a monastery charm. Whenever you're ready, continue on ahead. Here you'll find old knight. Quickly take him out. And continue along the path to find another old knight. After taking care of the two old knights, continue to the end of the path where you'll find 3 corpses. The one on the left contains a human effigy and dark troches. The middle corpse contains a soul of a proud knight, and the far right corpse contains an old knight halberd. So the old knight halberd is actually a pretty good weapon. It's not as good as the fire longsword yet, in my opinion. The fire longsword right now is really putting the work in. By the way, the old knight halberd scales with dexterity with a B, but you need 20 dexterity in order to wield it. It also scales with strength with an E, and you need 16 strength to wield it. For now, your best bet is that fire longsword. It's fast and it has some power, as well as burning your enemies. Alright. So go ahead and backtrack a little bit and enter the doorway. The small doorway that you can barely fit through. So make your way to the bottom of the steps. Here you'll find another old knight. Go ahead and take him down, and let's take a look at our magic. If you head just up into the path and turn to the right, you can see that there is another old knight in the distance. Let's go ahead and use some of this magic. As you can see, it's pretty effective. And that's only Great Soul Arrow. You can get a lot more powerful spells than that. Now that we can use magic, the game is going to be considerably easier. By the way, the path to the left doesn't have anything of interest, so go ahead and head right. Continue following the path until you find an elevator. Go ahead and jump on the elevator and ride it down. Alright, at the bottom of the lift, you'll come out in a flooded hallway. Go ahead and follow the flooded hallway. And keep an eye out on the left side for an opening guarded by an old knight. Alright, so go ahead and take out the old knight guarding a doorway to the left. So go ahead and head up the stairs after taking out the knight. And you should be on a upper balcony. Continue following it to the left and you'll come to a doorway that's currently closed off, so you can't do nothing for now. But if you follow it all the way to the right, you will reach a chest. Go ahead and loot this chest for a knight helm, knight armor, knight gauntlets, and knight leggings armor set. So let's take a quick look at this knight setup and see how much it weighs. Definitely weighs less than this. Oh yeah, that thing weighs a ton. You're much better off with the Draglink mail. The Draglink mail weighs more, but it also has way more defense. It has like an extra 103 defense. Let's take a look at the knight gauntlets though, see if we can wear those. We can actually equip those, but they actually go down for some reason. That's not good. And the Draglink leggings is still better. So pretty much we're set. By the way, if you have very low vitality, my vitality is only at 12. A good setup to be wearing is the old knight helm if you got one to drop when farming the knights back at Heide's Tower of Flame. The leather armor, leather gloves, and the Draglink leggings. And it's perfectly fine to mismatch your armor. You don't need to have a full complete set on. You don't get an additional bonus or anything for it. So feel free to mismatch your armor in order to get the best stats. Just try to stay under 70% of your equip load, because that will allow you to fast roll. It's really useful. Unless you're just straight tanking the damage, then yeah. So after you've got that and took care of that little detour, continue heading left, follow the flooded tunnel, and you should reach a hole in the wall. Continue ahead through this hole in the wall, and you'll be in a tunnel. Then you should enter a cave-like area. Continue following the cave, and you should come out to a bonfire as well as an NPC. So first things first, go ahead and light the bonfire, and then talk to the nearby NPC. So this is actually Lucatiel of Myria, and she's actually very useful in this game because you can actually summon her to help you fight, or yeah, you can actually summon her and she'll help you fight in certain boss battles and also clear out some certain areas of monsters and enemies. But make sure to exhaust her dialogue or else you won't be able to summon her. You have to completely exhaust her dialogue until she starts repeating herself. So let's go ahead and do that now.
What is it? I don't know you, and you don't know me. Things are better that way. You are an odd one. Normally, people keep a safe distance when they see this mask. But you... I'm called Lucatiel. From the land of Mira to the far east, across the mountains. They say Drang Lake brims with powerful souls. And so I came to claim my share. But what a strange place. Even the rumors did not prepare me. You are an odd one indeed. I've always made a point of avoiding people, while you've made a point of engaging me. I can see that you are mid-journey. If you require assistance, I will help you. I come from Mira, a land of knights. My sword is always ready. Don't hesitate to call upon me. Whatever happens, I won't be missed. You are an odd one indeed. Well, I can see that you are... Don't hesitate to call upon me.
Alright, so go ahead and start talking to her until she starts repeating herself. At this point, she will tell you that you can call upon her in certain areas of the game. So just a brief list of areas where you can actually summon her are Sinner's Rise, Iron Keep, No Man's Wharf, and I'm pretty sure Black Gulch. And there might be another area or two I missed there. So she's going to be very handy later on in the game. Alright, so now that you've done that, go ahead and rest up at the bonfire to get your Estus flask and stuff like that back. By the way, we got a Soul of a Proud Knight. So if you want, you can go ahead and use that for a quick 2,000 souls, but that's not really going to help us level up anymore, because it's taken us 7,866 souls to level up now. However, we are just outside of the next area of the game, which is No Man's Wharf, and this bonfire here is actually connected to No Man's Wharf. So I guess technically you could say we're already in there, but it doesn't officially pop up until we enter the next area, which is a few steps ahead. Alright, so a quick note before entering this area: make sure that you at least have one Pharaoh's Lockstone, because you're really going to, you don't really need it, but it is going to be very helpful for the upcoming area. So yeah, if you don't have one, I would suggest to grab one. You can buy one from the merchant hag Melantina if you moved her from the Forest of the Fallen Giants to Majula. But if you already did buy one from her, then your best bet is to find one in the mansion in Majula, where we use the house key. there's one that can be found in there as well. And there's also another one that is inside of the hole in Majula, the large well-like thing, but it's like a big hole in the ground. You may have noticed it, and you may have peeked down inside of it to see that there are some corpses down there that you can loot. Now, if you're trying to get down there, you're going to need the Silver Cat ring, which reduces falling damage. The way that you're supposed to get down there is a ladder, which you can buy from a certain NPC way later in the game. But if you want to get down there sooner, you can buy the Silver Cat ring and drop off down there. Just be sure that you drop off in the right spot, or you'll miss the little board that you're supposed to land on, and you'll fall to your death. But in order to land on the board, you need to have the Silver Cat ring equipped, and you need to have over 900 health. Alright, so it looks like that's all the time that we have for today. Sorry we really didn't get too much done. I was kind of researching on what to do next and trying to get our character up to date on equipment and stuff like that. I think we pretty much got everything pretty good. We got some pretty good armor set. I'll quickly give you guys the rundown of what I have equipped. I have the Fire Longsword +3, the Archdrake Staff +3. I have the Draglink Shield, the Old Knight Helm, leather armor, leather gloves, and Draglink leggings. The rings I have equipped are the Blue Seal, Coveted Silver Serpent Ring +1, Ring of Life Protection, and the Chloranthy Ring. Also, the items I have equipped are my Estus Flask. We have that upgraded to +1 with 4 uses. Some Life Gems, the White Sign Soapstone, and the small, we don't even need that. You can just unequip that. And I got some wood arrows too. I also have a bow, but I don't have it equipped. One last thing before I end the video. You might want to have a good secondary weapon for this area, because this area is pretty long and there's really not a bonfire anywhere besides at the beginning. So if you want to take out all the enemies out in this area, you're going to want more than one weapon, and that's because your weapon will break. Weapons do break pretty fast in this game, especially if you hit the walls. So for this next area, because it's pretty long, you're going to want to have more than one weapon that you can use. So if you want my suggestions, I would say the Fire Longsword is the best melee weapon for now. But the second best weapon in my opinion for now is the Heide Knight Sword, because it has that lightning damage. So if you don't have the Heide Knight Sword or the Fire Longsword, I would highly suggest to grab that. It would also be very wide melee weapons, or 3 different swords, especially if they have low durability like 70 or 80. And pretty much what I would say to roll with is the Draglink sword. It's pretty good, but it's a great sword, so it's really going to take a while for us to actually get that and use it. But yeah, for now, what I would suggest to have is the Heide Knight Sword and the Fire Longsword +3. You can actually upgrade the Heide Knight Sword if you want, but it's not recommended. I would at least have that Fire Longsword to +3 though. And if you're using magic, you should definitely get the Archdrake Staff and upgrade that to +3 as well. It will significantly boost up your magic damage. If you're using miracles, make sure to grab that Archdrake Chime, because it's pretty much identical to the Archdrake Staff, except you can cast miracles instead of sorcery and hexes. By the way, the Archdrake Staff will allow you to cast both sorcery and hexes, which is pretty useful. So if you have more than one attunement slot, I would suggest to roll with 1 sorcery spell and 1 hex spell if you're using the Archdrake staff. And yeah, just keep your equip load under 70% so you can fast roll. So that's pretty much all the tips I can give you for now, guys. Sorry this video didn't have so much, didn't cover so much like the other ones. I really was just kind of testing to see which is the best equipment and kind of researching the area ahead so I can have everything in order on the next video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time on the next episode of Dark Souls 2.